very difficult year or two for everybody, so it's been nice to have something to look forward to celebrate at the end of it. I don't have any really long, appropriate stories for Jennifer. I don't really tell you. So I've got a few words just to prompt a few little stories of things she's done in the past, and maybe some things for Johnny to look out for in the future. So I know Jennifer wants to go to Cornwall at some point in the future. So we took her there crab fishing. And it was going well until we come to put the things back in the sea. Unfortunately, we threw them back in and there were seagulls. And it didn't end well for everything. And it said, do not feed the seagulls. I didn't know that's what it meant. Chips and sausage rolls. But yeah, she was distraught and nearly in tears. So I wouldn't go crab fishing if I was drawing pins. This is a bit random, I know. But if Jennifer calls you from another room, make sure you got some shoes on. Because when she was younger, she used to put them outside her brother's room and call him. Just so as he can stand on the drawing pins when he comes out. That's what we're dealing with there. I don't know if you've ever had to get drawing pins out of heels, but it's not easy. So, yeah, such a kind little girl. Oh, here we go. Car maintenance. No. Don't let Jennifer under the bonnet. Because I got a phone call once about, Dad, how much oil do you put in a car? I said, well, however much it tells you. It's like, well, I filled it up. And she literally filled it up right to the top and couldn't get any more in. So I had to go around there and drain the whole car of oil. There was gallons of it. Must have cost her a fortune. Face paint. Don't fall asleep on the settee. Because Jennifer went for a sleepover with one of her friends. When her mum dropped her off, she come in, she just passed out on the settee. And being responsible parents like we are, you just painted all over her face. Glasses, moustache, everything. She was really happy. So don't fall asleep on the settee, she might get revenge. Anyway, I'm glad to see Jennifer's living habits have improved greatly since she moved out. She now keeps a very tidy house, unlike when she lived at home. Her bedroom is like a recycling centre. There's glass, cans, cardboard, clothing everywhere. Unable to see the floor, the bed, anything really. And when Johnny came round, she used to spend a good half an hour filling bin bags of rubbish, and he had to sit downstairs while she tidied her bedroom. So yeah, but thankfully she's much tidier now. Keeps a nice tidy house. She's doing really well at work. He got letters after her name now, decent ones. So we're all very proud of her now. So on that positive note, I'll finish and let the good speeches get going. So I'm going to ask you all to just raise a glass to the happy couple, best for the future, Jennifer and Johnny.
Jennifer and Johnny.
Thanks.
Well, my speech is a bit longer than that. Sorry. First of all, thank you, Graham, for that really lovely speech. I wanted to thank everyone for coming here today for this really special occasion, which is my friend Matthew Babcock's 27th birthday party. We've all put on a really good spread for him, and I'm sure he's really thankful. In all seriousness though, thank you everyone for coming. Like Graham said, It's been a tough year and a half for everyone, and it really is a privilege to be able to spend this moment with everyone in this room. They say everything changes when you're married. I'm about 4 hours into married life now, and my wife has already got me reading out a speech on our behalf. So I hope I can do a good job. I wanted to start off by thanking a number of people that have helped us in this journey of planning a wedding. My sister Mel has helped us with all of these flowers, and they look absolutely amazing, and it's just been so much more personal having your own sister do it, so thank you so much. Jenny's nan, Judith, thank you for helping us with Jenny's dress. She looks incredible. I know she was really worried about it, but she really does look beautiful, so thank you. Jenny's nan and granddad, I wanted to thank you for getting us the photographer we wanted, and we can't wait to see how Megan's captured the day. I think we've got a photo of just about everything and everyone today. Now I want to say a massive thank you to Jenny's parents. Firstly, for welcoming me into their family from day one, although I still think Graham isn't quite over me holding the high score on Wii Sports Golf. Secondly, thank you for making today a reality. When Jenny and I first visited this venue, we knew it was perfect, and we both really appreciate your help in making this happen. Finally, the reason I wanted to thank you the most is for bringing Jenny up to be the woman that I've married today. I wouldn't want her any other way, apart from maybe changing the toilet roll a bit more often. Next, I want to show my appreciation to my own parents. You've helped us a great deal in the wedding planning, including the cake, flowers, bridesmaids' dresses, and we both can't thank you enough. I'm so thankful for everything you've done for me and the opportunities that you've given to me throughout my life to get me through this point today. You've created an amazing family, and I love being part of it, and I just feel like we're all best friends, and I hope one day Jenny and I can have a similar sort of family. So, at this point, I just wanted to raise a toast for both of our parents for bringing us to this point today.
Cheers.
Cheers. The parents. Now, we always wanted a small, intimate wedding, but even we weren't expecting to narrow it down to 30 people. So I wanted to thank all of those for their understanding if they weren't able to be here today. We can't wait to celebrate with most of them tonight. I don't like to name and shame, but there is one person who was invited to the day that we both really wanted involved, but unfortunately he rudely declined. Our dog Milo had said that he couldn't leave his post of our bedroom windowsill, and if we left it for one moment, the evil ginger cat from 2 doors down would surely reign over us all. Jokes aside, there are a number of people who aren't here with us today, but we know they would have been by our side if they could have, and they're definitely here in spirit. So first of all, my nanny Jean wasn't able to ever meet my wife, but I know they would have absolutely loved one another. However, I was fortunate enough to meet Jenny's granddad Chris. We shared a love of football together, and I will always remember his sense of humour, which Jenny has definitely inherited from him. So I wanted to just raise a toast for both of them and all the other people that we've lost. Cheers. Next up is my best man, who you also know is my brother. I've always felt like Matt and I are like ordinary brothers. We never used to fight with each other when we were growing up, apart from turning the whole living room into a wrestling arena every time Mum and Dad went out. He's always had my back, including taking the fall for me on several occasions when I've broken multiple kitchen appliances, including the washing machine door and flooding the dishwasher and the whole kitchen. Unfortunately, as we have now learned, you can't repair a washing machine door with glue. Thank you for organising an amazing stag do. I know it couldn't have been easy during a global pandemic, but I had an incredible weekend with the best company, so thank you everyone that came to it. Matt and I knew that when we were kids, we would both be each other's best men, and it just felt so right today that you were there by my side, so thank you. To all of our groomsmen, you've been a great help to us today. It means the world to us that you all agreed to be part of today. And to Jenny's bridesmaids, you all look amazing. So thank you for being there this morning and supporting her in what I'm sure was probably an emotional time. To my sister Abby, Jenny's maid of honour, thank you for organising a great hen do for Jenny. It sounded like you all had a brilliant time, and seeing the pictures of Jenny holding a ring bearing Al is a personal highlight for me. Now, finally, for my wife, Jenny, I suppose I should thank you first for agreeing to marry me. The saying is love at first sight, so I thought I would share the first time I met you properly with everyone in this room. I was asked to drop something round to my sister Mel's house. I rang the doorbell and my sister answered the door. I couldn't help but look past my sister at this stranger in her house, mainly because the stranger was waving uncontrollably and over-enthusiastically at me, and this of course was Jenny. I must admit, it wasn't necessarily love at first sight, but more, this girl is crazy. It wasn't until a couple of months later that my sister Abby invited me along to a night out for Jenny's birthday. Everyone else was divided into couples, apart from Jenny and I. It was clearly a setup. Despite some reluctance at first at being set up by your younger sister with her best friend, we hit it off straight away. The night ended in the best possible way, with as much KFC as you can buy with the change left in your pocket. And the rest, as they say, is history. Now, Jenny has been hugely worried about what I'm going to think of her hair, her dress, her makeup, and so I wanted to make sure you know you do truly look beautiful, as you always do, and you have nothing to worry about. The reason I love Jenny so much is because she's such a kind, generous, and funny person. She gets on well with absolutely everyone she meets, and she has such an infectious personality that just lights up the whole room whenever she walks into it. I'm sure most relationships in the past year and a half have been tested by 3 lockdowns, but I don't think there's anyone else I'd rather have been stuck in a house with. Although, I must give some shout-outs and thank yous, firstly to Animal Crossing, next, The Tiger King, The Crown, Handmaid's Tale, and many more TV shows and games for keeping us entertained. I think I speak for everyone when I say, please, no more Zoom calls. I just wanted to finish on one last note by saying, it's an amazing feeling loving somebody and knowing they love you back just as much. Although I've questioned at times whether she loves watching Friends and Shrek on repeat more. However, after today, I know it's an even better feeling marrying that person and knowing they're going to be by your side for the rest of your life. So, my last toast is to my wife and I for a happy marriage. Now I feel like I've gone on forever, so I'm going to shut up and hand you over to my best man, my brother, and my best friend, who's going to ridicule me for about 10 minutes.
Is it on? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Johnny and Graham, for your lovely speeches. I'm about to learn, not doing speeches much, how difficult it's about to be to film on myself. Yes, Grandad, I'm mumbling. I'd like to point out that if you put on such a big do for your friend's birthday, I can't wait to see what's in store for my 30th, by the way, Johnny. Anyway, on with the speech. It's been said, there comes a time in life where you meet your one true love, your soulmate, the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. I believe for Johnny, that moment happened 27 years ago when he met me. Of course I'm kidding, today is about Johnny and the love of his life, his new MacBook Pro. It's actually a shame you didn't bring the drum pad with you, to be fair, because then you can just give a little beat with all my bad jokes, to be fair. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Matt, Johnny's brother, best man. For For me, it's a huge honour because it's Johnny finally accepting that I am, in fact, the best man. I'll keep things short for a couple of reasons. Most of you that know me, I'll probably have to pop off to the toilet before and the other one, which Jenny's starting to learn, is that Johnny steals all my jokes, so I haven't really got many left to tell. So
That's what
So speeches aren't really usually my thing, and you can probably tell I'm a bit nervous, but I've done a little bit of research on how to write one. So point number one, how did you get to know the groom? Well, me and Johnny, we met back in the 90s. Yeah, it was a bit wild. Yeah. I was just a little under the age of 2. 3 days in fact, yeah. So 3 days in fact before my second birthday, so I can tell you right now, if Johnny was born 3 days later, I wouldn't be still up here as his best man right now, because probably would have made his life a living hell growing up. Johnny and me, like Johnny's already said, we got on well growing up. We were always best friends. We did everything together. We were inseparable. Some of my best memories were when we were in the back of the garden of our house in Bicester, and we always used to try and build houses together in the bottom of the garden, which is nice now because nowadays we just play house in our own houses and drink a bit too much beer and try and perfect the best chicken wings we can on barbecue. So, and I know that's what's happened in the last year. Both of you sensibly kept the numbers to 30, and I know one or two people haven't been able to make it here. One of them I feel just has been forgotten, and I had the honour of inviting them along today, so I hope you don't mind, as actually 31. He's reviewed that, hasn't he?
No, I've not got it.
You not got it?
No.
Right, I'll be back. You better watch out, Jenny. It gets a bit closer. So on that note, I'd just like to raise a toast for my brother. Like Johnny's already said, my brother, my best man, my best friend. Sorry, my best man, my future best man. A toast and to his beautiful wife as well, which you look lovely by the way today, Jenny. Surprise. All the happiness and hope for the most best future you can possibly have, and for me, better for us, be far better than worse. To Johnny and Jenny, everybody.
John and Jenny.
You couldn't hear what Dad said.
Happy birthday.
Del boy.